Oh, look at this person just out here waiting for me. Hi there. Oh, just a regular merchant with no dialogue. Okay. Look at these options around here. So better stealth stuff. It's the same stuff we've seen before. Is it crazy that I just want regular old defense? I guess this protects against melee attacks very slightly. I guess we'll have to wait for larger bonuses to show up in the future. Alright, so I've got a few missions. I'm trying... So the main objective is to override the Strider. Kind of want to avoid that for a bit and instead focus on some other side things, because I want to revisit our home to see if I can find the grave. I also want to see if I can find the original cave we fell into in the first place. But I've gotten a little disoriented on this map, and the lack of labels is not doing me a ton of favors. Is that where our home was? It's at such a long dead end that it makes me think it might have been our home. Because this is one of the towns, but this is also a town? And that's also a town. Wow, there's actually a lot of these places. They're all called Mothers, such and such. But where were we camping at? Was it... I don't think it was on top of this hill, but it could have been. Hey, stratigraphic layers! Neat. That's cool. So all those layers were deposited horizontally originally, but then the whole thing tilts over time as Earth displaces, and that's why it tilts up like that, even though there are a bunch of layers and stuff. I would love to look across the valley to see if the stratigraphy is continuous, but I can't see anything in the rain. And I think that's a plane wing? It's actually really ambiguous what I'm looking at here in the rain. Oh? It's probably a crashed plane. I'm way down here, going on the wrong track, trying to find what I was trying to find. But I may investigate this anyway. Why not? Although it might be something that comes up later if it's a landmark like this. Oh, this could be risky. I can't tell where I'm going. Oh yeah. It looks like a plane. Ooh. Well, this is something neat to run across. Oh yeah. So there goes the ambiguity there. It's clearly an entire wing and everything. Whoa. How's this for a valley view, by the way? Oh. Whoa. The rain stopped right when I got to the top. This is a super cool moment to catch on video. Whoa, that was beautiful. Look at this place. Simba, all that you see before you will be yours. I don't know what the quote is. Is that the quote? I don't think the stratigraphy is continuous, though. The other wall seems to have no indication of such rock angles. So either that's a displaced piece, or the geology here makes no sense. Could be displaced. We have giant vertical differences here, so it could be from somewhere way up there and then it fell down here, which is why it looks completely discontinuous with everything around it. What? Can I go inside? Oh, don't hurt yourself. I just want to explore whatever this is. Oh my, it's like a cave. I don't know if it goes anywhere, but it's kind of like being able to go through like a cavern shape. This would be a super cool secret entrance to like a base, or like an entire tribe, or even... Oh, what if this was where... Oh, you can't go through here though. Still, what if like that was the entrance to like where Aloy and Rost lived? That'd be pretty cool. Although now I've got the conundrum of how do I get out? Crouch? Oh! Oh, don't die! Oh, I didn't plan that part out very well. Oh no. Oh no. Well, that was an adventure. Also, that was some interesting weather we had there. Must be California. Okay. Maybe a little turned around here. I'm trying to go up this path. Could have gone the long way. But that's for cowards. So instead of going up the drainage through the alluvium... Alluvium being recently displaced rock from recent eras that basically creates all the powdery nonsense you see everywhere, which obscures everything. And drainages being a popular path that water takes when it goes down from a higher altitude, leading this carve in the rock, giving us a topographic V, like that. There's the V, because everything cuts way lower very abruptly, then right back up, because that's literally water carving through the mountain as it goes down it, and just finding popular paths to go down it. That kind of stuff. So this is the normal path, and this is the alluvium. Haha. Mine. Oh no, I don't know if I can make it. I might not be able to make it this time. Oh, she's a good cliff jumper. Oh, I've reached the limits of this cliff horse, or have I? Oh my god, I'm Skyriming this so hard. No. Okay. I can get away with it. You can't stop me. You might be able to stop me. Can't stop, won't stop, might stop? Hit. Hit. This is a stupid way to spend my day. Oh. Oh. Accomplishments are being made and unmade. Okay, let's just take the path like a sane person does.
A quick way down.
She likes to self-narrate. She should get into the Let's Play business. She just has to be born like 15,000 years earlier. So I think we're on the right track. So I think this mountaintop may have been where we were living. And the reason why I'm confused about how to get back up is because we primarily descended from that place by taking a zip line, which kind of confused things for a bit. It's a beautiful piece of land, though. Look at that. You can see the metal devil Doc Ock off in the distance. There we go. That's convenient. That may have been the zipline I took. Probably not.
Stocking up.
It's probably a different one. Going somewhere new. They're around for when you need them. At the very least, this is a settlement. I'm hoping it's ours. Which is to say no one's now if I'm leaving. Because if I'm leaving and he is dead, then I guess there's not much to be done for this place. Tell me I'm on the right track. Is this it?
Home. To think he built all this. Alone.
I made it.
So many memories. It's not home anymore. Not without Rost. There's nothing for me here anymore.
There's nothing here for me anymore, so let's just take everything that's vaguely useful.
Right.
So this was his place. He built this, and now he's gone. Although, weirdly, it said... Did it say new ruins? That's the catalog. We'll get to that later. Data points. That's Rost's grave. We're talking about that waypoint over there. Okay. I was wondering what that meant. Ruins is kind of a strange label, but I'm guessing it's probably a bit of a unique event, and they just used a landmark system that exists in the game already. Can I go inside my own house? I can't. Weird. How long has some of this meat been here? Even they know to have raised floors. Well, goodbye forever, place.
Rost. I couldn't leave the sacred land without visiting you. When you said goodbye, I was too quick to let you go. I never really thought it would be the last time I saw you. I was just acting strong. I should have known you'd be watching. At the proving. Looking out for me. There for me when no one else was. Like always. One last time. Thank you, Rost. I won't waste what you've given me. I promise. I'll make you proud. I've been trying to puzzle it out, but nothing makes sense. The killers came after me because I looked like this... a woman. Older with short hair. But why? And what's the connection? If she's my mother, then... she didn't look Nora, but if she lives inside the mountain, how could the killers know about her? The more I learn, the less I understand. I need to track down Olin, an outsider. He was at the festival the night before the proving. Somehow, the killers saw me through his focus. And he knew it. He could have warned me. When I find him, well, he's gonna tell me everything he knows. And he's gonna pay. All right, it's time to leave the embrace. I'll try to come back when I can.
Well, someone cared about him enough to leave a grave. At least there's that. He was an outcast, but the tribe still paid their respects to some extent if they settled that up, because I wasn't here. So maybe that's the slightest redemption, or maybe it really was just... maybe it was just Tirsa. Let's do the zipline one more time, for old time's sake. The one that made me so confused about how in the world to proceed. And goodbye to our home. Possibly forever. Oh my goodness, I have 500 Ridgewood almost. I just keep clicking on every single one. You never know. It seems like a big number, but every one I find, everything that uses Ridgewood is like, hey, 125 and stuff like that. So like, I guess having a huge pile of it's going to be useful. Campfire discovered. How have I not discovered a campfire? Oh, because I went I went straight in the direction of the objective for that one woman, huh? So I apparently never visited here. It's teaching me via a tutorial how to use the campfire, because I never walked up to this one. Oh man. So before I talked about how like it was weird how nobody was acknowledging all the dead people during that mission with our first hunt outside the cradle, or whatever it's called, the womb. And apparently I missed dialogue about them talking about the dead people because I walked off the path slightly. And this seems true to that because I walked slightly off the path and didn't I didn't reach this exact campfire, and so the game wasn't scripted to just give me the campfire tutorial the moment I found a campfire. It was waiting for me to find that specific campfire to tell me how to use campfires. So there's some surprising scripting stuff where they expect you, rather than acknowledging the open world nature of the game, some of the stuff expects you to literally step on an exact spot to make certain dialogue happen and certain tutorials happen. Which seems like a slightly iffy proposition, but sure. Not a major issue, it's just a quirk to think about and maybe even actively play based on, like with that being considered. So, next mission's level 12, so I may want to look into some of these tutorials. We have rope caster and trip caster. So trip 3 machines with shock wires for 1,300 experience. How much is that? It's not I need 8,000. Wait, was it 13,000 or 1,300? No, it's 1,300. There's not that much experience then. Alright. It's like a quick bit of grinding, basically. Hit those 3 things with one thing, hit those 3 things with the other thing. And I get like a total of 1/3 of a level. So it's not going to make up the difference. That's fine. Once I have access to more side content, I'm sure I'll make up the difference on level. And also, even though the missions have levels, this isn't a game where it seems like It doesn't seem like my level necessarily matters most of the time. So here's the question. When it comes to these tutorial messages... So activate... Oh, I have to activate the quest. Okay. I was sitting here thinking, like, can't I just trip up stuff at random just by playing the game? But I guess you have to manually activate the quest, and then do it while the quest is technically active. Otherwise, it must not count. Which must be the case, because I definitely would have tripped up 3 of them during the or at least one of them during the last mission when I was throwing those cables everywhere. Hi there, you die. Sorry, but you walked in front of me, and that means you die. Because apparently meats are non-perishable in this universe, so I might as well grab every single one I can.
For the trail.
Even though I was earlier all like, oh no, I shot a bird down, I didn't find his body, how wasteful. Freeze rhyme root. There's so many variations to pick up around here. While we're talking about minor gripe issues that don't actually matter, but I pick up on, I have also made note of the fact that when you are in conversations, all of the people you're talking to are doing like weird pre-generated interactions where their head bobs and wiggles at specific patterns that has nothing to do with what they're saying at the time. So sometimes facial expressions happen, but aside from that, they just don't want people to stand still, so your characters just kind of randomly wobble about in a way to make it look like their head's bobbing. But like normally when somebody talks and if their head bobs a little bit, it usually is it usually matches with something they're saying, like some specific part of their sentence is being punctuated by head movements and stuff like that. But instead, in this game, if you look, you'll see in the next conversation when I get around to it, you see that you'll notice that their heads are just kind of randomly bobbling around in random directions the entire conversation. They're told pretty much nonsensically.
I can test the override device on them. Should go in quiet. Didn't go through all of this to wind up trampled by a frightened herd.
Quietly.
Nice and quiet.
Quietly. Haha.
Here it goes.
It's like a cattle prod.
Come on. It worked. It's not hostile. Seems almost tame. I think I could ride it.
But I want to pet it. Aw.
There we go. That a boy. That's more like it. Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Well, now we have this ability. Alright, cool. We have mounted combat too. Oh, I can hit people with my mount. Yeah! Gah! Oh my god. Machine on machine violence. Brutal. Let's get off though. Whew.
I should try overriding other kinds of machines. Probably can't ride them all, but I might find a use for them.
You can call your mount? Oh my goodness, I just have a mount now. I did not think that was how that was gonna work. I thought I'd have to capture a new one constantly. Alright, so how do I make you... How do I uncall you? Did I uncall you just now? Cool. So you're gonna kill my ability to get around and sneak up on people if you're always right there. Okay, shock wire. Let's craft these. And some of these. And some of these. Just craft everything, basically. There we go. There we go.
They're scanning for me.
Tripcaster completed. Why did it say a 0 to 3? What? Was that... I thought it was at 0 out of 3 a second ago, then went straight to 3 out of 3. Oh well, I'm not going to complain about not doing it for longer. So tie down small machines with the rope caster. You alright, buddy? You don't look so good. Do you feel tied down at the moment? Just out of curiosity. How's that working?
Gotcha now.
Oh, that's 1 out of 3. Poor guy. Using him as experience fodder. Well, this guy seems chill.
Can stop tensing up.
Alright, let's find a few more targets then, since apparently at least one of those was wasted. Also craft a few more of these. Alright. Let's go tie down something small. Do turkeys count? Oh. It actually takes the extra effort then. Interesting. I thought I wasted the first one, but no. It looks like you have to use 2 on the same guy. Okay. Oh. There we go. So it takes a few attempts to tie something down, because you need multiple anchor points, which makes sense. But it does mean I have to worry about how much ammo I'm using then, because we're gonna burn through it. Okay. I'll craft some more. Everything's pretty good otherwise? Okay. There we go. A few minor objectives complete, but they're not going to make me suddenly level 12. That's fine. As I've said before, I don't think level matters too much, because you're just picking up skills. I don't think your stats are generally going up very much, unless every level does increase your health. Does it? Maybe it does. We're close, at least, to level 9 now. And at least the side things are done with, so I don't have to worry about them. So, we need to go to talk to Varl at the Gates of the Embrace. Who is my neighbor, basically, right now. How convenient. Right, I think somebody mentioned I can fix this thing too. Quest path finding off. There we go. There we go. So now it'll stop trying to tell me all the weird little spots on the map to walk on, and it'll just tell me where my actual objective is. While I appreciate that kind of effort being given to you in some games, in this game it maybe makes less sense. It's good when you're in an interior where you have to figure out what direction to go in, like in a Dead Space. In Dead Space, telling you the absolute direction of your next objective would be a nightmare because it's a convoluted series of hallways and interconnected rooms. But in this game, I'm just in a plane, so telling me to, like, going all, like, GPS on me and saying, please find the next adjacent route, and then continue down here, when I'm, like, right here, and my goal's right here, but it's like, no, go to this route, then slowly go along the path, is, unnecessary. So, I'm happy to find that you can turn that off. Hi there. Whoa, you have more options than the other people did. Look at these variations. It's because some of these are from outside the tribe, huh? There's Nora and there's Banuk, which looks pretty neat. A lot of variations here. I can't afford like any of them though. Ooh, Banuk Ice Hunter Heavy. Ah, freeze damage though. Dang it. I'm inherently tempted to buy something expensive and late looking in the game, but if its only effect is ice resistance, for example, then I'm like, oh, I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, like where you just assume that a game's going to give you, armor's going to give you defense, just by default, and then maybe other stuff on top of that, because that's just like the go-to default thing to get from this kind of thing. Corruption damage. Excuse me? Whoa. Makes you hard to see in here. I might just get a stealth one just to have it, I guess. So I kind of like the idea of having something like that. The Silent Hunter. Medium. Let's do it. And we will equip it. There we go. Look at me in my fishnet. Alright. Now I'm super stealthy and no one will ever find me when I crouch slightly. Speaking of which. Also, that was a bad sound. It's probably not a good sign. There we go, low profile. Further reduces your visibility from enemies while crouching. Let's get a double dose of stealth upgrades. What's this bad sound I'm hearing? Oh, it's outside. It's outside.
I'm just outside the gates. The gates look shuttered.
Merchant girl, you should probably run away. I assume you can hear this.
Bring it closer! Closer!
Varl, I take it?
Aloy. The outcast who won the proving. So you survived your wounds.
High Matriarch Tirsa said you might know the way to Meridian.
The capital of the Carja Sundom? You seek exile?
No. A traitor named Olin. The Matriarchs made me a seeker so I could go after him.
Huh. Well, then you should head north to Mother's Crown. If you make it, talk to Maria. She'll point the way.
If I make it?
The trail is dangerous. Ever since the War Party massacre, our lands go unpatrolled, and our borders unguarded. We have no war chief to lead us.
Isn't that Resh's job?
Ugh. Only because Sona went missing. I'd go after her myself, but she ordered me to hold this gate with my life. And so I have.
You said the trail is dangerous. What sorts of dangers?
Almost too many to name. The killers are still out there, and somehow they've corrupted the machines, spreading madness.
Yes, I've seen it myself.
Bandits, too. Cutthroats who snuck across the border to prey on us. The word is, there's a camp in the metal ruins upriver.
Sounds like I need to craft more arrows. You said I won the proving. How did you know that?
I spoke to survivors. He said you fought bravely, as did Bast. And my sister.
Your sister was Vala? I'm very sorry. I liked her. I think we might have even become friends. If we'd had a chance.
Thank you. She died saving others. There is no better death.
You said the war party was massacred. How?
When word came of the attack on the Proving, War Chief Sona assembled a war party to give chase. But in their haste to get vengeance, some braves broke rank and raced ahead, straight into a trap. A pack of crazed machines, seething with corruption, fell upon the braves and savaged them. War Chief Sona led a countercharge and destroyed the machines, but by then the killers were gone, and our losses were extreme.
You said War Chief Sona is missing?
Even when the war party was massacred, she wouldn't give up the chase. She called for volunteers and went after the killers.
You didn't volunteer?
Of course I did, but Sona denied me that. She ordered me to see the wounded back to the Embrace, and to guard this gate, to guard the Embrace with my life. That was days ago, and since then there's been no word from her.
So there's no way to know if she's alive or dead.
If anyone could survive out there, it would be her. Sona's prowess is legend, an unbending spear to measure ourselves against.
Sounds like she sets a high standard.
Oh, you have no idea. She's my mother.
I should be on my way.
Aloy, before you make the journey to Mother's Crown and beyond, is there any chance you could search for Sona? The tribe needs her leadership. I'd go after her myself if she hadn't commanded me to hold this gate at all costs.
Where was she last seen?
The War Party massacre site. A wooded hollow across from Devil's Thirst, on this side of the river. You might be able to pick up her trail there. She went after the killers who attacked the Proving, who killed those we love, who tried to kill you.
I get it, Varl. I'll see what I can do.
I got a little sidetracked, so I want to go back a little bit, admittedly. Oh, the War Chief's Trail. That one immediately is so much lower. Oh, so the end of this entire quest line must be level 12 then. Talk to Maria at Mother's Crown. Wait, isn't Mother's Crown Mother's Cradle? Mother's Heart? Mother's Watch? There's more mothers? That's Mother's Crown. Okay, so that is my later objective. So there's a more immediate, smaller one. But before I do that, I got a little sidetracked. I want to go down here. So let's place a waypoint there and try... Should be able to fast travel here? To this campfire? I'll use one. So you'll notice that Aloy did not correct him. Yeah, I want to revisit the ruins. We were there as a child before I leave. But I meant to do that after the grave, but got a little sidetracked by the tutorial things. But you'll notice that Aloy does not correct him about how he thinks Vala died saving people. That's not the case. Vala died randomly and abruptly from being attacked by strangers in a surprise attack. And everyone died. And no one accomplished anything. And the only survivor who was me, who fell off a cliff. There was no heroism to be had there. It was just a bunch of people being wiped out by surprise attack and a superior force. And it's tragic and horrible and abrupt. And it was actually really genuinely surprising, because they, as you may have noticed immediately, I was like, oh look, it's the character who is a friend of ours, even though we're an outcast and trodden upon. And look, it's the other character who is the reason why we're trodden upon and shitty, and it's the person that we have to prove ourselves to eventually, into thinking that we are maybe worthwhile after all. And then they both died immediately. They used tropes.
This old place. I haven't been here in years. Wonder what I can find.
So they use tropes to establish your expectations for those characters, and then they immediately kill them both off abruptly and violently to seal the deal for what the enemies are going to be like. And that's a neat touch there. BioWare could learn from that, actually. BioWare and Cyanide, or Spiders, or whoever made... I forget who makes Technomancer. Because BioWare and the people that make Technomancer and Bound by Flame both like to use a trope where they give you party members in their RPGs early on that they kill off or remove from the party shortly thereafter. But in both cases, the side characters that are not going to be around for a long time are real boring.
And maybe that's all I need, you know? That moment the door opened and you were standing there wearing that retro weave dress. And the way you smiled, I had to look away or you were gonna see on my face what had just blossomed inside me, you know? It was just an instant, but I knew we'd be forever.
And everyone died. So what, is there anything to be found around here, I wonder? Let's get rid of that waypoint because it's distracting. I assume I can, right? No, not like that. There we go. Much better. No more waypoints for us. Let's take a look around in here before I leave. We said goodbye to our father figure. Let's say goodbye to the place where our focus came from. So these are the ones we've seen before, right? I need to figure out how to recognize whether or not they're new. Oh, they were closed off areas last time. I don't think I ever learned how to get there. Was I strong enough to open that back then? Now we got the problem where it's all nasty and overridden. Oh, there's Happy Birthday. So we have been here. That must be the door that closed behind me. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to recognize this place because it all looks the same. Oh yeah. There's the guy that wouldn't go quietly. This place feels so much smaller now that my character's so much larger. Go figure, huh? She's practically bumping into everything. There we go. Just like I thought. Basics. Old welcome additions, but nothing worth the trip. How about you? Metal burn. That sounds more interesting. Chill water?
I'd have to leave something else behind.
It's mostly the basics, but it's something. Oh, it's just a reminder of what a crate is. I'm like, what's filling up? There we go. Take that, thousands of years of developing rock formations. Ha! I am man. I do not care for your developments. What else was there? There may have been other ones. I feel like there was a more important looking one. Wasn't there a blockage that was between me and something that actually looked really interesting?
That area back there. I wonder if I can find a way into it now that I'm older.
What is it?
Some kind of power cell. I wonder what it's for.
Ancient armory. Whoa, look at all these materials. This is worth the trip for sure. Heck yeah. All good things. Text data point quests. From Director Evans. To all, subject, all good things. To all staff, I regret to inform you that our worst fears have been realized. The Wichita salient has collapsed, and our position will be overrun in less than 24 hours. As I'm sure you understand, exfiltration transport is not available. If you wish to abandon the facility and try your luck on foot, you may do so. Lock 2 will unseal at 2100 hours and remain unsealed for 15 minutes. Godspeed. For those of us who'd rather not die on our feet, there will be a gathering in the community room at 2200 hours, and Nurse Chana will make our other means available. I want to underscore how proud I am of each and every person who served at this point. It is important to bear in mind that our sacrifices were not in vain. I hope that makes this a little easier. For months now, I've been signing off messages as Director Evans, but I suppose we could dispense with such formalities now. Respectfully, Ellen Evans. What if I was descended of her, of all people? I mean, that's we're stretching like crazy now, so I doubt there's a direct connection here. By the way, am I supposed to drop different potion types? Health potion, full health potion, shock trap, resist fire potion. They all fit in the same slot together? And what was this one up here? Health potion. So I'm already maxed out on that. Anyway, this is probably not worth dropping anything for. Yeah. Would like to increase my slots, though. Maybe I can. Let's see, crafting, carry, capacity, potions? Traps pouch, potions pouch. Oh, they're the same pouch. Oh, I can upgrade it. Upgrades are nice. I need boar bone for my bow, though. Other than that, maybe I actually might be able to pick it up then. We'll just start a new stack? Looks like it. Oh, yeah. It became out of 6 instead of out of 3. Interesting. Okay. Now we know. So I get to actually take that with me. So I might want to revisit the other one on the way out then. Can I still open you? Makes sense to go all the way back to the beginning. Wouldn't want to miss out on any other surprises along the way. So this is where we open the door via the puzzle. So they knew they were going to die. So it wasn't an execution. We know that now. We know that they weren't being forced to get killed off for any reason. I mean, they were being forced to die, but not like... They weren't like prisoners being executed or anything like that. Like they were people who were all... What is that little symbol? It's nothing! They were all people that were working here, and some great horrible thing happened. And so they were basically like, hey, you can go outside and die, or you can stay here and we'll kill everyone slowly and quietly. And hopefully painlessly, and we'll just drift away. And the people in here, which is our entire sample size, all chose to die here. We don't know how many people chose to die outside because we can't see them. Can I climb up here? Yes, no? The answer is yes, no. In that I can climb up here, but I can't go in. So unless I can find a population count of this place and know how many people are left here that died in here, I don't really have a comparison. So we don't know what the percentage is. But definitely some people died in here. And chose this route over others. So many healing potions. And other useful resources. I'll take it. Oh, what's down there? Is that where this all started, I wonder? I'm hesitant to jump down in case it's a point of no return. But it also might be where this goes, if I continue for a moment. Oh yeah, probably. That's excessive. Calm down, bats. Ah. Just really calm and chilling out and exploring and sudden horrible loud noise. What is that? Metal Flower Mark 1.
Now, what were you doing out here?
A metal flower of unknown design, possibly used to promote seed germination, includes an embedded code fragment. Trade sets of these flowers into Meridian for valuable rewards. So it's a collectible type. That's neat. So it's an artificial flower that's used to pollinate gardens, and eerily these plants are in a perfect triangle around that flower, which means that maybe it's a little too precise, because I don't see why you'd want to make a perfect triangle of plants that out of like why you'd want to pollinate in that specific pattern. Want to just fill the whole place up, or at least disperse it more. Just interesting little designs. So is this where I fell in the hole? It totally is. I could probably climb up there now. Or I can't. I guess there's that. It was worth a shot. Where's that blasted double jump when you need one? The question is whether or not there was, what was killing them exactly? Were they being killed by a war? Like, were enemies coming in and going to wipe everybody out? Is it in some way related to the... Is it in some way related to all the, dinosaur robots we're seeing? This is where I would have fallen in immediately, originally, I believe. Oh yeah, I'm not getting back up there. You rats plagued my dreams. Now I've got rat bones. Ha 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 ha. Why am I doing this? So maybe dinosaurs were attacking. Or maybe there was a plague and it was reaching the nearby area. And maybe it was a really strange, unexplained phenomenon, like in, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. Or maybe a volcano was erupting around here. That'd be stupid. But it could be like, it could have been that there was a volcano erupting and everything was going to get wiped out, and you can either die in here or die out there, and society's going to be gone. But that wouldn't explain the part where presumably the whole world is probably like this, so it's probably a more global thing. Whatever it is, I'm sure we'll get more answers over time. Alright, let's get back outside, and off towards our next objective.